The talk about aliens has continued to increase. It's getting to a point that it has become very obvious, very apparent that there will be a great reveal when it comes to aliens, or whatever it is you want to call them, whether you want to call them entities, angels, demons, fallen ones, or I now believe they're calling them non-human intelligence.
And so, Carl, here's the million-dollar question. Do you believe that a higher form of non-human intelligence has visited this planet?
Right. So non-human intelligence exists. Non-human intelligence has been interacting with humanity. This interaction is not new, and it's been ongoing. And there are unelected people in the government that are aware of that.
And so, Carl, that is quite a bold statement. I'm wondering, and I'm curious, how confident are you that that is true?
There's zero doubt.
It has become obvious, like I said, that they will play a vital role in the near future. Now, yes, we can sit here all day and say that the talks about aliens ramping up is nothing more than a distraction from the powers that be. This is just more fear-mongering. But those that know about Project Bluebeam, we know that this is a card that they were eventually going to play. The false staged alien invasion. There are people that will say that Project Bluebeam will never happen because way too many people know about the plans of Project Bluebeam. But you have to understand, as many people that are awake to these plans, there are many, many more people that are still asleep. There are many people that still believe everything that happened with the C-19 and the jab was normal. While there are YouTubers like myself that talk about these different theories that eventually do become fact, there are many YouTubers that make fun of us people that talk about these topics, and these channels are very popular because what we talk about is just not real. It just can't be. So while Project Bluebeam is a very popular topic in conspiracy circles, I would say 80% of the general population do not know what Project Bluebeam is. And if you try to tell them that the government or the powers that be are setting up a false alien invasion, they'll look at you like you're crazy. So at this point, you might be saying, well, Minutes of Horror, what can we do about it then? Well, we just keep talking about it. We just keep pushing it out there. We keep sharing the information. Because even if we wake just one person up, that's one person who has awoken to these plans. So then what is the point of this video? Why am I talking about aliens? Why am I talking about Project Bluebeam? There are people that say that Minutes of Horror, you jump around to too many different topics. You're talking about the Mandela effect. You're talking about Beauvais Island. Now you're talking about Project Bluebeam and aliens. What's going on? Well, everything that I talk about has one central villain, and that one central villain is either Cern or the powers that be, or it's both. This news story caught my attention because this all falls in line with what's currently going on over at the Vatican. This news article, I'm reading it from Wyon, but there are other news agencies also talking about this story as well. This article was released on May 21st. Scientists to install nuclear-powered UFO detectors in space to lure aliens to Earth, claims expert. A scientist, and I just wonder where these scientists are from. A scientist has claimed that researchers are trying to build small handheld nuclear reactors to help lure aliens to our home planet. The idea is based on the long-held notion that aliens find it easier to detect nuclear reactors, radiation, or weapons. Some media reports in the past have even linked UFO sightings to nuclear sites across the world. While aliens aside, let's focus on the fact that they are building handheld nuclear reactors. Like that won't be a problem. Well, who is behind these handheld compact nuclear reactors? Well, it's none other than Lockheed Martin. See how this all comes together. On their website, they state that it's no secret that our Skunkworks team often finds itself on the cutting edge of technology as they work to develop a source of infinite energy. Our engineers are looking to the biggest natural fusion reactor for inspiration, the sun. By containing the power of the sun in a small magnetic bottle, we are on the fast track to developing nuclear fusion reactors to serve the world's ever-growing energy needs. Now, do we believe that Lockheed Martin is building these compact fusion reactors for good, to supply the world with energy? No, they stated that they are going to use these compact fusion reactors to have aliens come to us. They could supply the entire world with energy if they wanted to, but the end goal is to have aliens come to Earth. Before I do continue this article, I do want to state that they know that aliens do not come from space. And it's also my personal belief that aliens do not come from space either. I do believe that there is a non-human intelligence that has been on Earth for thousands of years, perhaps even before us humans. And this non-human intelligence that's always been on Earth alongside humans do not want to do us any harm. But I do believe there are entities that do want to do us real harm, and these entities do come in two forms. The one form is man-made, artificial, and the other form are demons. Demons that are summoned over here with dark ritualistic sex magics and things like Cern. But the scientists and the powers that be are posing these dark entities, these evil entities that cross over from things like Cern and these dark ritualistic sex magic. They are going to prep them up and they are going to pose them as aliens. They're going to say that, oh, look, aliens have finally made contact with us. They were able to finally find us through our handheld nuclear reactors. Hey, they come from planet so-and-so. All the while, they are just flooding over here from these portals that they are creating. And I wouldn't doubt one bit that these handheld nuclear reactors are just another way for these things to cross over here. But this allows them to cross over from anywhere, not just Cern, not just Fermilab, and so forth. And if this was indeed true, if this was a fact that these scientists are creating these handheld nuclear reactors to lure aliens from outer space to come to our planet, you would think that the government would step in and stop them, because this would not be a good idea. But they are not, because this same government knows exactly what's going on here. They are all a part of this Project Bluebeam. They know that these aliens are not real aliens, and they know exactly where they're coming from. They're crossing from other dimensions, and they're all playing a role. They know that they are going to be propping up these demons as aliens from outer space. Who do you think they're terraforming the Earth for? Why the sun looks so different? Why the skies look so different? Why they are spraying the skies with chemicals to make it more accessible for these demons. Now, I know what some of you are saying. Minutes of Horror, you're calling all aliens demons. I don't think that's fair. Now, I am not calling all aliens demons. That's not what I'm saying. But the aliens that the government, that Cern, are playing with, that they are helping cross over, these are the dark ones. Why do you think Cern is constantly saying they are looking for dark energy, dark matter? Why did Fermilab get excited when they said that they found the demon? These dark ones that are crossing over with the help of these organizations, these are the aliens, or the supposed aliens, that will be used in Project Bluebeam. But going back to this article, Kevin Nuth, and I do believe that's how you say his last name, professor of physics at the University of Albany, said earlier this year that it's an idea that couldn't go wrong, and that many handheld nuclear reactors are already being patented. See, they're mocking us. Of course it's not going to go wrong for them, for these scientists, because they already know what these entities are. They already know what they're capable of, and they already know that they worship these entities. So having them cross over will not go wrong for them, but it will go wrong for the rest of the public. Like, let's be honest. Let's say that this was all on the up and up. How can you say with a straight face that nothing can go wrong by luring aliens from outer space to our planet? Of course, there's a probability we could have some type of hostile aliens that are lured to our planet that want to take all our resources. We don't know. So yes, there is a 50% chance something can indeed go wrong. But again, they already know what's about to take place. This professor continues to state that we were trying to figure out how we can lure UFOs and work out how to make contact. We settled on the fact that UFOs have an interest in and an ability to detect nuclear weapons, some of them underground, some of them in bunkers, or in storage depots. The scientists added that the aliens seemingly have a special ability to detect nuclear weapons. How do they do this? Are they using neutrinos, which are really hard to detect, or gamma rays? Well, that's funny he would say neutrinos, because over in North Dakota, They are building a $3 billion underground tunnel that's just like Cern. And the objective behind what they're doing in North Dakota is to look for these ghost particles, or otherwise known as neutrinos. He continues to state that, but my colleague has developed a new technology, which is basically a handheld lithium-powered nuclear fission reactor, which he is now patenting. We already know that Lockheed Martin is working on this as well. Maybe his colleague works for Lockheed Martin, or maybe his colleague doesn't even exist, and they are just telling us their plans. Now, he continues to say that he said that the plan is to design nuclear-powered UFO observing equipment and then install it in space. Maybe these guys will detect it and come down and find out what those crazy monkeys are up to this time. And we can just get some imagery or some data, and that's our plan, he said. I mean, we can see what's going on here. All this alien and UFO talk between 2023 and 2024. Now we have scientists wanting to shoot up a nuclear reactor, a mini nuclear reactor up in space to lure UFOs and aliens. And then we're going to hear that, oops, we accidentally lured a hostile alien species, and now we're under attack. I can guarantee you that this story is going to play a vital role in the future when it comes to Project Bluebeam. But in any case, thank you so much for watching. If you like this channel and you want to see more, please subscribe. If you're already subscribed, please like, as any engagement does help the channel grow. Once again, thank you so much for your support.